Gallery. Mike, always good to talk to you, man. Richie Carney sitting in for Mike Evans alongside Brandon Stokley. And how you doing, Mike? How you feeling? We got Broncos training camp a couple weeks away.
Yeah, it's vacation time. You know, usually on vacation you spend a lot of it thinking about training camp starting and the grind that comes up. I'm out in Oswego, Illinois, my hometown, where it's hot and humid, but been a nice, relaxing trip.
Mike, contract extensions. You know, you got like 4 guys that we've been talking about a lot this offseason: Courtland, Bonito, John Franklin Myers, Zach Allen. Do you think any of them get done before training camp? Do you think it's a situation where maybe 1 or 2 get done, or does this drag on into training camp and into the season?
Well, Courtland, if they don't get Courtland done before training camp, it would be an issue, I would think, because, the Courtland has made it clear he's not playing for $14 million in 2025. I think both parties will work hard, probably, starting 10 days before the start of training camp to try to get something done there. It might be a little tricky, might be a little dicey. In the end, I think they'll get something done because I think Courtland, wants to make sure he's playing with this team. He finally got on a winner. The Broncos have not won, did not win his first 6 or 7 years in the league. They finally got a winner. They finally got to the playoffs. It looks like they got a better team in 2025, and I know he wants to be a part of that. So I think they will get something done. And then, of the other guys you're talking about, I would think Bonito would be somewhat of a priority, again, because he's just finishing up his rookie contract, his first contract. Those are always the guys you want to get for a second contract. And then the guys that, are on their third contract, you're a little more patient with them because, Zach Allen's already getting paid pretty good. He averaged 15 and a quarter million. With the contract he's playing on right now, you definitely want him long term, but you might be a little bit more patient and put Bonito ahead of him.
Mike, when training camp does roll around in just a couple of weeks and all of our vacations come to an end, there's going to be some crowded position groups that are going to have to be thinned out a little bit. So as you're kind of forecasting things, as you often do, I read everything you put out there at 9news.com. Give us some names of some guys who might be facing an uphill battle more so than their counterparts. I think of like an Audric Estime, maybe like a J.L. Skinner in a more crowded safety room, the tight end room with Evan Ingram, defensive line. Who are some guys that you think might be on the bubble heading into training camp 2025?
Yeah, I think that way. J.L. Skinner, I wouldn't think is going to be on the bubble because, at least with the previous coaching staff, he was a monster on special teams. I mean, they really like that guy on special teams. And so I would think there's a good spot for him there. I think P.J. Locke, he's been hurt, and he's got $4 million, $5 million, something like that, non-guaranteed. Anybody with a non-guaranteed portion, and they basically took his job away by signing Hufanga, his starting job away. I would think P.J. Locke's still on this team because Hufanga's had some injury history. Brandon Jones has had some injury history. Those guys, you kind of don't plan on them playing 17 games. If you get 15 games out of both those guys, that's pretty good, and it would be nice to have a P.J. Locke right behind them. But, that running back room, though, will be where all attention is for the third running back spot. Sean Payton says, don't start counting. Well, you dress 3 on game day, and 2 of them are going to go to Dobbins and Harvey. And then will it be Jaleel? Is that the one that complements those guys? Is it Estime? Is it Tyler Bidet? I keep hearing that they're impressed with Tyler Bidet's overall versatile type game. So that is going to be something worth watching. And really, I think that's going to be decided not necessarily through training camp, but the preseason. Who pops in those first couple of preseason games.
Mike, real quick, odds on where the new stadium will be. Lone Tree, Aurora, or downtown?
Burnham. Yeah, Burnham Yard is the leader in the clubhouse, guys. No doubt about it. That seems to be the preferred site. A lot of complications, though. I would Burnham Yard. I'm not. You would go maybe a little over 50-50. There's so many complications there, though, that you wouldn't go 75%. You wouldn't go 80%. So
slight leader.
Burnham Yard, then Lone Tree, I would think are the top two.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate your time as you volunteer it to us every single week, and we'll check in with you again soon.